Good afternoon. I think it's afternoon. I'm about to fix one of these tires that, the one tire that the antler had punctured in the, on the front of the 8120. So I'm standing here doing this. Well, I'm not standing here doing this. I'm talking to you guys right now. There's a couple things that I'd like to discuss before I actually get into the tire fixing part of this thing. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show that this is the type of patch that we have gotten. These are ball camp patches. Kind of got to be careful with what you got there. I call these like the Ultra Maxi Pad tire patch because it's like a foot long. It is. It's like a foot long and it's like 4.5, 5 inches wide. And I could very easily just walk over here and get a tape measure, because I'm quite curious. It doesn't say what the size is. It was just a guesstimate. So walk over to my toy box there, as some people would call it, toolbox. I have a mishmash menagerie of different tools. I don't buy all one type of tool, but we're going to go ahead and measure this thing here, right? What the heck is this thing doing? Oh, it kind of got gimbal locked. So we are at a 5-inch by 13. Pretty close guesstimate, right? Pretty close guesstimate. So what I really want to talk about is I had a conversation with a guy this morning. I'm not going to tell you who he was. He's probably watching this thing and thinking, uh-oh, but I won't bet you his name. He informed me today that there are people that talk about me to other farmers and other people, and they're not saying very nice things, which is fine. I really don't care. But this isn't for those people per se, and it's not for anybody but people that might stumble across this video that have had interactions with some of these local folks around here that are actually talking not very nice to me. I talk to nobody locally anymore. Regularly, let's put it that way. I have people that I do talk to. A friend of mine, his wife just passed away. Sad story, 57 years old. Really sad story, and he is my friend, but I don't talk to him regularly, you know, once a month, once every other month. Sometimes it goes 3-4 months, it doesn't matter, but I've talked to him more now since his wife passed than I have in the last 3 years. Still my friend. The only one that I would say that I converse regularly with that is local would be Timmy Cornpicker. And, you know, he does his thing. And I was informed that people talk about him in a negative way, which I already knew because, you know, people are just, they got nothing else better to do in this world. But if you are watching this and you have heard nasty things about me that, you know, that are, you know, basically untrue, because I don't talk to anybody. I don't interact with anybody. I try not to, because it just never does anybody any good to interact with local folks that are maybe jealous or just want to stir the shit pot, which is fine. So they just better be careful, because if they actually do converse with a property owner or something like that and they are lying about it, that does leave them liable to slander. And I'm not above going after somebody for slander, you know. And slander is very hard to prove, but and slander is applicable if you actually, it costs you your livelihood or money. But with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to set you guys in the tire. Now, I have prepped this tire already, all right? And I'm going to kind of try and do this in a manner where you can see. Oh, no. That's no good. Great. I screwed up. See this stuff? The wind came and blew it onto my glue. All right, how am I going to do this? Well, I have a vacuum cleaner, and I have, well, let's do this. This stuff, all right, doggone it. You know, I just try, and I try, and I try, and I try, and I try to do the right things and do them in the right way. and it's just life, right? So anyhow, let's just go ahead and see if I can wipe all that glue away, because if I can't wipe the glue away, then it just ruins my day. So what I'm going to do is, that is actually, what that stuff is actually going to make me high as a kite if I'm not careful. That's liquid buffer. So to these people, I'm going to leave you there in the tire as I go get more paper towels. To these people that love to talk about me in a negative way, I really don't bother anybody. I really don't. I don't care to. I have no desire to annoy people in any way. I don't go looking for land that I know certain people are farming or anyone's farming, even people that I don't like, even people that I don't like so much. I don't go trying to take their land away from them, because you know what, that's just a shitty thing to do, right? It's a shitty thing to do. Now, that's happened to me in the last couple of years. I mean, I can talk about people if I want to, about, you know, certain people that have actually targeted me and my ground that I farm. There's one guy that I wouldn't trust as far as I could throw him. His father's a really good guy, and I talked to his dad, but I don't have a problem with his dad. But the kid, he's a bit of a douchebag. You know, it's like, oh, so-and-so's making money over there, I better go take that. Or, you know, he thinks he's a better farmer than me, so I'm just going to go take his ground and I'll show him. Yeah, well, you're not hurting anybody but yourself, pal. I don't farm the best ground in the area, just so y'all know. It's actually what I would call well-neglected soil. Oh my God, this is just annoying as shit. I don't know if I'm going to get that glue off of there. I had it all prepped and ready to go, and son of a bitch. I don't know. This tire's really pissing me off. But anyway, when you deal with people like this that want to do you harm because they've got an agenda, it's never good. I mean, it also makes you want to quit doing the things you do, like YouTube. You know, what am I doing? You know, I put myself out on YouTube, and I can handle the comments, right, on YouTube. That's fine. That doesn't really bother me too much. I can handle that. I can handle the occasional run-in with folks. Not bad run-ins, just good old, any old run-ins, you know. Somebody walks up to you and says, hey, my name is so-and-so, how you doing? I'm okay with that. But when you get these people that are local to you, these other farmers, and they know where you're farming because they live here, and then they watch your videos because you post, and you don't see me posting too much actual farming videos. There's a few people that have noticed that. I've cut that back because if I post those actual farming videos the way I'd like to, you know what you end up with? You end up with somebody trying to take your ground. And it's not fair, and it's not fun, and it's actually kind of disgusting and underhanded. But that's just the folks in the area. And that's everybody. That's everybody. It doesn't matter where you are. I'm going to sit down here because I'm going to have to use the tire grinder there and grind that off of there. But that's just about everybody anywhere. If you post videos of what you're doing and where you're doing it, and local people find your channel and they do watch it, the best way to alleviate you of your land is to talk smack about you. You know, like, oh, he did this, or he did that, or he did the other thing, or he depletes your ground, or, you know, it doesn't matter. There's a whole host of things that you can tell a property owner that will just absolutely 100% annoy them to the point where they don't even call you and say, hey, is this true? No, it's, oh, well, I don't want somebody like that on my land. Are you a farmer? And 99.99% chance, yes. Oh, yes, I'm a farmer. I'm looking to expand my operation. I had a guy less than a quarter mile from here. There's a 130-acre farm. About 90 acres of it is tillable, and it's not really very good ground, but I had limed it, and I put a crop of corn on there, and a friend of the property owner's brother showed up there and saw, who just so happens to farm, showed up there and looked at the corn that I was growing on there, could see that it was very nice. It was I think it was close to 200 bushel corn on that ground, right where you look in the driveway, but when you got to the back fields, it wasn't nearly as nice. Offered stupid money to rent it away from me. And I was like, well, that's not happening. Ended up paying rent for it more than what I wanted to, but because it was close, I made the property owner sign a 10-year contract. So I got a 10-year contract. But the people that are watching me saw the farm, knew the farm because it was a friend of the brother of this owner of this thing. And he came in and he offered probably $20 an acre more for than it was worth for the ground, which is about $20 an acre. It's only worth about 20 bucks an acre at that. And I had already put lime on it, so I was a little bit peeved about that. And they're like, well, we really have to rent it to the highest bidder because, you know, we need to pay the taxes and, you know, we just need we need this money. And to find a 100-acre farm, 100-acre farm, that close to your place, that adds value to it. And it just kind of, just really irked me that they did this. But it all stemmed from my videos. I found out later that it stemmed from my videos. This person who actually lived in Pennsylvania had been watching my videos and decided that they would, because they knew that I put lime on it, they knew that I had put compost onto it, they knew what I had put into it, they knew that they wouldn't have to, and that would add value to what they were going to pay for rent, because they wouldn't have to do it. Well, 2 ton of lime to the acre, you know, you're looking at $120 an acre. And if they could steal $120 an acre worth of lime, then they're happy, right? It makes them happy, and it hurts me. So that's why I actually look at YouTube now as almost a detriment. It's not an asset to the farm anymore. I enjoy doing it, but do I need to keep doing it? There are people that want to keep tabs on me, you know, family members that want to keep tabs on me. So they watch my YouTube channel so they could see what I'm doing because they're too cowardly to come and talk to me, which is fine. And other people that claimed to be my friend in the past, they want to keep tabs on me. So they watch my YouTube videos, and they're too stupid to understand what I'm saying, which really blows my mind. I got a phone call last fall from a jackass that used to be considered my friend and now is just a jackass that I don't ever need to speak to ever again since 2019, which is fine. I don't ever need to speak with these people again. I don't make attempts to talk to them. They make attempts to talk to me, and they're the ones that did me harm. So I just don't deal with that. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I really, truly do not interact with anybody local anymore. If I see somebody that I know and they say hi to me, I'll have a conversation with them. But as far as making a phone call and saying, hey, how you doing? What's going on? You get your beans planted, get your corn planted? And then they'll ask me the same questions and, oh, I saw on so-and-so's property. Yeah, right. You know, so I don't do that anymore. I'm just done with that. The person I talk to the most is my mom, my father, my wife, for sure. Talk to her a lot. Me and my wife have an excellent relationship. Timothy, he's my son. I talk to him when I'm near him, when he's not doing my bidding, as I should say. When I tell him to do, he does it. And for you people out there that say, oh, you're never going to let him take over the farm because, you know, you had him too young. I've heard that before from people local as well. Timothy does not want to take over the farm. He does not. Listen to me. My son Timothy does not want to take over the farm. So now that that's out of your heads, it's just not going to happen. He doesn't want to do it. He's not going to do it. So, you know, it could go to Grant. Who knows? I think that there's a lot to be learned on Grant's side of it, and there's also William. William is 5. He'll be 6 in August. You know, will William take it over? And don't even talk about my other 2 children, because they just keep tabs on me through my YouTube channel and my other social media outlets. And they've caused and cost me tremendous amounts of emotional and monetary expense. And I don't ever need to speak with those 2 knuckleheads ever again. And that's fine. I don't need to. That's just the way it goes. So if you're one of those folks that have heard bad things about me, you can call me. I will talk to you. If it's true, I will tell you it's true. If it's false, I will tell you it's false. And I can honestly tell you, if you are one of those people that have heard things about me and you stay silent, you're just as bad as the people that are talking about me. And it's fine. You know, I don't know too many people in my community anymore because they're just not from this community. They're from all the people that I knew from years ago are either dead or moved away. And there's no farmers left in this area. It's just me and a couple other people. And those couple other people are just, in my opinion, not really worth the time of day. Not worth talking to, because they will get as much information as you. And I'm very forthcoming. If you ask me a question, I'll answer it. I'm not like the guys in Congress when they're in front of the congressional hearing. They go around the horse 45 times before they run the congressman out of time so that they can't get the proper answer. I'm not like that. You ask me what kind of clothes I'm wearing. Well, I'm wearing a free shirt from Growmark. I'm wearing Carhartt pants with a 5th pocket for my telephone, and I'm wearing Ariat shoes with some kind of socks that I can't buy anymore. Oh, and my hat's from Minnetonka moccasins. This is the perforated one for ventilation. I wear about 3 different ones per year because these are leather and they rot. You know, in the summertime they get hot and sweaty and then they start to decay and they're no good. So, but that's what I wear. My underwear is Hanes underwear. So if you needed to know that, you know it now. Yeah, so that's just the way it is. If you don't like this video, I'm sorry. If you do like the video, it is what it is. I feel kind of isolated here now, and I think it is from the YouTube channel for the most part. People look at the YouTube channel, they see what I'm doing, and because it's not the way that they would do it, they consider me a jackass, which is fine. I don't care, really, per se. But what I do care is when you're talking about me and I'm either not present, or you never have spoken to me, you don't know who I am, or you're an acquaintance of mine, and you go out and you spew bullshit and are two-faced, like you say hi to me and want to talk to me, but when it comes down to it, you're really just a frenemy, you know, somebody that would consider themselves just, you know, just a piece of shit is what you are, really. If you talk to me from time to time and then turn around and then make up and tell lies about me, you're just a piece of shit. And I hate pieces of shit that do that. There's a few of you around. Some of you have been able to take advantage of me for years, and not take advantage of me monetarily, just take advantage of me as a friend or whatever, somebody to talk to, and then turn around and be the backstabbing asshole that you always were. And that's just the stuff that has pretty much made me self-isolate. There's only a couple of people in this world that I trust, and number 1 is my mom and dad. Number 2 is my wife, you know, and number 3, my aunt. 1 aunt, no other aunts, just 1. Everybody else, I really don't trust anybody else. I've been taken advantage of by friends. I've been taken advantage of by people I can't mention. And here I sat in my shop doing the work that I do, trying to educate people on how you can do things that you previously didn't think you could do. And I get a phone call, or I make a phone call today to talk about something that I'm not going to mention on here, with a person who actually has the thing that I'd like to have. And he tells me that there's people talking smack about me. And I really didn't let it out that it kind of bothered me, but it does bother me because I don't talk to anybody. The only information that anybody has is from what I put on out here. And I don't really think that I portray myself as an asshole, but I do have opinions just like everybody else, and I'm not afraid to express them. Maybe that's the problem. But yeah, so that's that. I'm going to go back to fixing my tire. I'm going to take that air gun there, the air grinder, and I'm going to have to grind that glue off of there because it got dirt in it. And then I'm going to take the vacuum cleaner that's there, and I'm going to vacuum the dust out of there. And then I'm going to re-glue it and see if I can actually get something done, because that liquid buffer just doesn't work to take that glue off for some reason. So anyways, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't enjoy this video, it's probably because you're one of the people that have talked about me in the past. If you did enjoy the video, it's probably because this stuff has happened to you in the past. And it's okay to stop talking to people. It's all right. You'll find out that your life is a lot less stressful. You'll find out that your language is actually not as foul as it was when you're talking with people that really want to do you harm and not really your friends. They're just people that want to pick your brain for your knowledge and pick your brain for where you're at and what you're doing and how you're doing certain things, because they have no creativity or self-awareness of, you know, how the world works, the soil works, and things like that. I have seen people recently, since I started down the regenerative path, attempt to do what I'm doing, and I'm like, yep, there's another one. And then they fail miserably because they're like, oh, well, I watched a YouTube video and that guy seemed to do okay. Now, why can't it work for me? It's because you didn't do your research. But whatever, do your research, get it done, have a nice day, and I will get on to repairing that tire, and I'll make it in another video. So have a nice day.